Tell me, what were your feelings about today? How did you feel?
It's a huge feeling of excitement to have women and the men who love them and the children who adore them come together and do this rising. It's a huge feeling of empowerment and energy, but also anger and sadness that so many women across the planet have been raped, have been abused, have been killed.
Now, I saw in Eve's, in her last post, I think that she did, she talks about what happens tomorrow, what happens on the 15th. How do we feel moving forward? It was so encouraging to see all these young people out here tonight, and it's about, I think, empowering them. Where do we go from here? Where do women take it from here?
I think the media absolutely plays a really critical part in this, because we can do something like this and we can have a lot of energy about it, and the school kids can go back and we can go back and the other groups can go back. But unless we begin dialogues individually and then come together, the entire community has to realize that we all must speak out against domestic violence. It has a huge impact. If you're talking about 1 in 4 women in their lifetime will experience domestic violence, and 1 in 3 will have some kind of sexual assault or rape, this is our mothers, this is our sisters, these are our daughters, and it affects generation out of generation out of generation. We have the grown children of women we sheltered a decade ago now coming into shelter with our children. It's critical that there be a community dialogue and we realize the impact on generations, on human beings, and the economic and business impact. It is huge.
Now, if you could put a call to action out to Nuvo.net viewers or readers of Nuvo magazine, what would that be moving forward from now?
Is it going to take another death, another horrific death, before this community begins to talk together on a much broader scope about how to stop domestic violence? It's all tied into bullying, it's tied into dating relationships, it's tied into all sorts of things, and we have to have a conversation across specters. Yes, we're doing community-wide planning with the help of the mayor, but it tends to be the choir talking to the choir. Unless we all stand up and say, we have to stop this, and we all are involved in stopping it, and the media is critical, someone else is going to die. If you remember, someone died a horrific death in Carmel and was killed by her abuser when she tried to escape, and the Carmel community was activated for a little while, but what happened to that energy? It has to be all of us together. No one else should die.
Thank you. Is there anything else you want to add?
The Senate voted for the Violence Against Women Act yesterday. It now goes before the House. This is the single most critical thing that Congress has before it right this second. There are a lot of issues in this country that are important to everybody, but there is absolutely no reason that VAWA cannot be reauthorized. The Senate has done it. Now it's time for the House.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Melissa.